Hello, good day, and welcome to my channel. So this is CompTIA A Plus, Core One, Core Two. Yeah. So we finished Core One, so we are now in Core Two. So Core One is all about the hardware, you know, the computer hardware, the networking hardware, how to set up the system, the OS, how to set it up, how to troubleshoot the computer hardware, the networking hardware itself, the switches and router, how they work. So core one is more like the hardware part of the A plus exam. So networking, switches, IP addresses, DNS, protocol, network services, all those ones they come in core one. So which we've finished now. So now we are now in core two, right? So which is lesson 10. So we're now in core two. So we're going to start with configuring Windows. If you are new to my channel, I want to encourage you to subscribe with us so that you can receiving all our videos. Each time we post videos, because we're posting so many videos, we're posting so many trainings and practicals we're posting. So if you want to be acquainted with practicals, so you have to be following our station, our channels. So this channel is Tech Aeon. So this Tech Aeon Academy, where we do is about IT training, tech news, cyber security. So stick with us. We're going to give you so much. So if you if you're looking at becoming a cyber security professional, I want to encourage you to stick with us. Stay with us. Follow our trainings. This is CompTIA. So we are now in lesson 10 now, Core 2. Follow us on a daily basis. We release videos. So when you stick with us, I can assure you that by the end of this CompTIA A Plus, you can be able to prepare yourself to take the CompTIA A Plus exam. Then you pass the exam, then which means you're now CompTIA A Plus certified. So which is recognized anywhere in the world. You can go anywhere in the world and you can work as a system support staff. You can work as a help desk staff. You can work as a technician. So it's just something you have to build. I mean, because by now, if you have been following us, you've heard so much about networking, computer networking, how computer can be able to network with themselves, how they can work together. You've heard about wireless networking. You've heard so many things you've heard by following us, our station, by our channels. So please, I want to encourage you to subscribe with us. If you are new with us, subscribe with us. Go back to our lesson 1 and follow all our videos on CompTIA A Plus so that you can be, well furnished and well thorough, so that you can be able to understand this A Plus and move to the next stage. Because a good understanding of A Plus means that you now have the foundation. You now have a solid foundation you can build on as you move on to the ladder of your IT career. Okay, so like I said, this is lesson 10, CompTIA Core 2. So we're going to look at configuring Windows, all right? So don't bother about the exam. This is just exam. That is the exam, latest exam now. But with our trainings, we explain a lot of things. Even if the exam number change, it's not going to be much. So what you're going to see there is just little things, right? Maybe some new hardware that they introduced, but DNS does not change. DSP does not say IP address, they don't change. So all these things are, what we always see all the time. How computer interact, they don't change. All these things they are constant, right? So don't bother about the exam numbers. Tomorrow night they might change the exam number to another exam number. Don't bother. Just all you need is the knowledge and the practical. That's all you just need. Right? Okay, so lesson 10, configuring Windows. Let's move on. Okay, so what are we looking at? Our objective. We're going to look at how we can configure Windows settings and how we can just all about configuring Windows user settings and Windows system settings. So the windows you use, we have the user settings and we also have all the system settings. The user settings, how the user work with the system, then the computer itself, the setting of the system, how the system work, what are the things in the system. So we'll look at how to configure all of them, right? Okay, so let's continue. So configure Windows user settings. Okay, so the first thing we get to use, we'll get to see when we start our system boot, then move and you put in your username and your password, you sign in. When you sign in, you get to the desktop environment, which we call the GUI, the graphics user interface. So that's what we see here now, right? So you see a desktop, your start menu. So this is your desktop. This is your start menu. You see this icon you see now. It's a Windows start menu. So from there here to you have your notifications. These are notifications. Your status bar. You see this is your status your status bar where you can see this is a notification area. So you can see some icons now already on the status bar. All right. Okay. So task view too. You can see tasks that are going on. You can be able to view them in all these places. All right. Okay. So now this is just the interface. So if you want to start operating on the system, all right, you just hit the Windows Start button. Then when you hit the Windows Start button, like for example, I'm going to press the Windows Start button, the keyboard on my keyboard now. So see, this is it. So this is where you start from. So from here you can search for anything. If for instance you want to open a file, all right, instead of going to File Explorer, you just do it from here. If I want to open a file, whatever I want to open, I want to be document, I could just type name on the file here. Whatever I want to go to. If I want to go to control panel, for instance, I could just type control panel here. See, control panel is here already. All right. So whatever you want to do, you can start from here. If you want to open Word, any application, I want to open Word, I will just type Word. See, Word appears here. See, Word, they appear. So this is a way we can be able to start working on the system. All right, the Windows interface itself. Okay. So aside that too, here now is where you can, aside that, is where you can see all applications installed on the system. You can get them here. Every application installed on the system, you can get it. See, show all. If I click on show all now, I could navigate to all applications. I could navigate down. See, you can go down. You can see all applications. All these are new. All these are files, right? These are files that I could see. These are some files I see here. You're going to show me all the files, right? So if I want to open any app here, if I could just type it here, just like I said. If I want to open, maybe you have Acrobat Reader, I could just type Acrobat Reader, see here. So these are just ways you can, easily access our folders and our file applications that are installed. Okay. So let's continue, right? Okay. So now these are the Windows settings, right? Windows settings and control panel. So if you are wondering how do I get to this place, it's also easy, right? So you want to get to this place, you can just let's go back to take a look now. So here now you see this place is our Windows Start icon where we start from. So I could access it from here. How do I say that? I could just come here and type settings here. I could do it here, settings. See these settings. See, it will take me to settings, right? So these settings now. See, so here I can see settings of the system. You see it, right? So you see this home, right? So this home is about, we tell me about this, my computer. My computer, the model of the computer. This is, the model of the computer and Wi-Fi. So many things. We're going to come back. We're going to come back to all these ones again, right? But so that is just in a nutshell. That is just how to access the Windows settings, all right? And control panel too. So if you want to access control panel, you can just make it easy. Like I told you, go to your start menu, yeah, right? So on your keyboard, you have this icon. This icon, you see this one, you have it on your keyboard. That's the shortcut words to start Windows menu. So if you press it on your keyboard, which one I'm pressing, come here. If you just type control panel, so this is it. Takes to control panel, right? So let's see. See, let's go see this control panel now, right? So this control panel, this is how we can access control panel. Okay, so let's continue now. So next slide. Okay, so here now this is control panel, like what I just showed. This is control panel. You can be able to manage the Windows settings and so many things. So control panel is like a like a toolbox of Windows. Just like you have a tool as an engineer, you have a tool. So you want to work on you want to work on maybe you want to work on a motor vehicle. You must have a toolbox so you can use to work on them. So a control panel is that tool used to work on your Windows and your system. So most of the things we do, as an engineer, system engineer, system administrator, we do the control panel. So it's where actually control the system. Like a backend where you control the system, that is control panel. Right, it's very important. So you have to know how to access the control panel. So I just showed you right now how to access it, right? So you could just flick back to my, just take your video back, then you can see how to access the control panel. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so we also have the account settings. So very important. So what are account settings? So the account settings app. So in account settings, so we have the user account, and we have the user account is like we call it local account. They also have the Microsoft account. Now, back in the days, in previous Windows, we don't have Microsoft account by default on our operating system. What we have is what normal accounts that we just have, which is a local account. So the local account is the account that you created by the time you install your Windows, your OS. So we call it local account. So we call them local accounts. When you start installing your OS, when you say the OS will ask you account name, just type the account name. Those are called local accounts. Now, in these days now, when you're installing your OS, especially Windows 11, right? It's a modern way of working on OS. So when you're installing Windows 11, Windows 11 will ask you to create an account, right? So that account they are creating is linked to Microsoft. So call it Microsoft account. So that account automatically connects to a Microsoft Cloud. So that means if you log in with that account, you're actually in the cloud environment of Microsoft. So you can actually at any time, you can actually back up your files to Microsoft Cloud, and anytime you can go to any computer, log in with that same account to Microsoft Windows, log in with that same account, you have access to your files. So if you use the Microsoft account, everything you work on, right? Everything, all your files or your documents, everything you work on that system or that account, they are stored in the cloud. Whereas if you create a local account, which means the account is not connected to Microsoft account, so it's not in the cloud. So whatever you're going to do is going to reside on that computer. So that is what we call local and Microsoft account. The difference between both of them is that one is documents and files reside locally in your system, which is your local hard drive, while the Microsoft account, your document and files, you log to Microsoft Cloud. So Microsoft Cloud. So whatever you're doing is on Microsoft Cloud. Okay. So the next one is administrators versus standard user. So one of the things that you now, as you begin to come more into the tech world, to advance in IT, So it's one of the things you have to understand is administrator. So who is an administrator? So administrator is the one that has all the privilege to work on the system. So you have so many privileges to work that can undo and do so many things, can undo and redo, can install programs, it can change users' control, can change users' rights, can change users' permission, can get access, it can do so many things on the computer system. Right? Now, so when we say this user administrator, which means that has the power to do whatever it is I want to do on that system, whatever I want to do. So either can add a user, can join the computer to network, go to the internet, install programs, download programs, so many things. Right? It can change the permission of a file, do so many things. Now, there's another one called the standard user. So the standard user is just a user that has limited ability on the system, unlike the administrator. So a standard user has limited ability, just few things they can do. They can go to the internet, they can work on the system, yes, but they cannot install programs. Why? Because they don't have the right to be able to install programs, because they are not administrator. We call them standard user. So they cannot access another account. Because as an administrator, you can create a different account. You can create another account on the system. For instance, maybe you have a friend that wants to access. So you can create a separate account for the friend. The friend can use, instead of using the administrator, can create an account for them. right? So that account you're creating for them is a standard account, a standard user account they can use to work in. So why you, the administrator, can access that account, right? But they cannot access your own account. So a standard user cannot access any account except his own account, right? So we have sign options. So it's just all how do you sign in. So we will talk on later. So are you signing locally? Are you signing to your network? We'll look at all these things later, right? Okay. So say add other user plus family settings. So you can add other users too to your like I explained, like you add another user, you have a friend, a brother, a sister, a family. You can add them also, into the account, into your system, so to give them to make them work. So you obviously you don't want somebody to be using your account to work, because in your account whatever you have in your user account, they are distinct to you. So you could have some file. Whenever you finish on the system, you save the file. The file is installed on your local profile. All right. So if somebody log your account, which means they can also see those things, confidential information you don't want them to see. So that's the best thing. So always create an account for users so that you don't use your account. So when they log in, they will log in with their own account, not your own account. All right. So you can create several accounts on the system. Right. So we have user account control palette. All right. So now this user account control palette is where we, okay, take a look now. I'm going to show you user account now. We'll go there very soon, right? So because I'll show you how to get here. This is your account. I will show you how to get here now. So now this user control palette is where we manage your account. Where we can change account type, and where we can also restrict how user work on the system, called the user access control. So probably you want the user to be alerted each time a program is going to be installed, a software is going to be installed on your system. So it's also a way of trying to prevent a malicious app from installing your system. Because most of the times when you go to the internet, you download something, mistakenly you might, download an ambitious, a malicious program, and when you download it, before you start running on the system without even your concept, mistakenly. You could just click on something online and you don't know it's already installing your system. All these are malicious files and malicious programs, which some of them are spyware, some of them are malware, all those things, we just have to be able to prevent them. So one way to do that is through the word user access control, that we're able to let you know each time what a program you want to install. So should we install or not install, right? Okay, so how do we go to access that? So let's take a look now. So this is how we access it now. So again, let's go to control panel now. So this control panel, right? We can go to shortcut, you can just type user account here. See user account and control center, it takes you there, right? So here we go. Now this one, I'm going to come back to this. This is what I want to show you. I want to show you user account first, right? So let's go back to user account. Say it's a user account. User account. User account. If it's not giving me, I have to go straight to control panel, right? Now it's not giving me what I want here, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to control panel from here, straight up. So I'm going to say control panel. This control panel now. I will access the good. So in control panel, I can access for user account here. So that's why control panel is very important. I'm going to say user account, right? Now, what you see here, add or remove user account. So this is where you can add user account, like I was telling you. So you can add a user account here, click on it, see, yes. So in this place now, you see, there's a user account here, which I created, test, right? I created before. I can remove it now if I don't want it. I will just take it out. Remove. See, this is how to remove an account, right? So I'm going to come here, say, this account, delete the account. So automatically, yes, everything but the file is gone. I'm not using it, don't worry. So it's gone. Delete account, it's gone. Right? So that's how to delete an account. Yes, I'm deleting it. Yes, it's gone. So now the next thing to add an account. How do we add an account? So this is my own account. See, it's called what? The user of this account is an administrator, which means this person, which is myself, that has the account, right? I am the administrator of this computer. You see, local account. I will explain you. So this account is not Microsoft account, it's a local account. So whatever I'm doing reside on this computer, not in the cloud. So how do I add the user? Click on add the user account, right? So if I go to this place now, this account that you're seeing here is going to be linked to Microsoft. So this is a Microsoft account I'm going to create, right? This is a Microsoft account I'm going to create. So sign up. So here you have to use you have to sign up for the very first time. If you don't have a Microsoft account, you have to sign up, right? It's there's a way to do this, which is the way to create a local account, which I'm going to show you. Well, let me just show you. So you can create a local account in a very professional way than going through this way. So how do you do that? I'll come there, but let me just show you now. So let's go back again. Let's come to start. We're actually on the start icon, right? So let's go on to, so we want to create a local account now, right? So go to computer management, okay? Device my systems. Let's go to computer management. Let's go to computer management. Let's see. So go to computer management now. Okay, here we go. Good. So in this place now, you can create a local account here seamlessly. See, local users and groups. Click on it. Right? Open user. Right? So what do you do now? You go to what? File. Go to action. See, new user. See, there I can create a new user. So I'm going to call my new user John. See? So user's name John. Now, if I want to type a full name here, if I want to put a password, I can put a password, right? But let me assume I'm not putting a password. I'm just doing blank. So you see, user must change password at next logon. So that means if I put a password now, when user is logging in, next time, I have to change that password. So similarly too, even if I don't put a password now, if user is logging in, John is trying to log in, right? John is trying to log in, it will prompt for John to enter a new password. All right? So if you don't want that, you can come here and check it. So which means there's blank password. Then I'm going to say create. So already I've created an account already. All right? Then I'm going to close it. So what do you see now? Look at it, John. So this is the standard user account I've created for John. So the other one we saw earlier, I'm going to close it now. The other one we saw earlier, this one we're going to create what? A Microsoft account. So this will create a Microsoft account and join it to Windows. And join it to Microsoft domain. So which means now have a global account that anywhere you go to in the world, if you log in with it, you can be able to you can have access to your files that are stored in Microsoft Cloud. Right? Okay, so I'm sure that's fine, right? Okay, so let's continue. So the next thing I want to talk about now is what? Users access control. User access control is very important. So let's go back now. How do we access it? We can go to control panel too, but to make it easy for us, like we're trying to do earlier, we just access it through this same place, right? This is user access control settings. So why is it necessary? Yes. Now, you see, it's necessary because it's a way to kind of control how user work on the system, right? Now, in terms of what are the way that you can restrict user or you want the system to notify you each time a program is about to be installed, so each time there's going to be changes on your Windows. So you don't, for instance, now if an attacker and a hacker mistakenly get hood, so a malicious user mistakenly gets access to your system remotely or whichever way, so they gain access to your system, right? Now, the first thing they want to do, right, is to be able to maybe install a software on the system that will give them, we call it backdoor, that will create a backdoor for them to be able to come in at any time they want to come in. So apart from that, they also want to modify your access to the system. So they want to give themselves access, like administrative access, so that they can install programs, they can do so many things. So all those things, if you're not aware, they will just be doing things on the system. But the user account control settings will be able to prevent them to have whatever way they have to install what they want to install. So that means that if you come to this place now, if you come to this user control settings, you can be able to control the system in a way that if any malicious program or any change that want to happen to your Windows, if there's any change that are going to happen to your Windows, you will be notified before that change will take place. Right? So it's a way of creating security on your Windows settings. Just put the security there so that whatever application that is not just OS. Now you could install an application too So there are some applications that are malicious applications too that you can install. So the work is what they do is to get us to get they're trying to get entrance to your sensitive applications that you are using. So those applications they want to come in and be able to cause damage to those applications you're using. So if they are not well controlled, if you are not notified, when they been installed in your system, you just go to those applications, stay in there, make whatever change you want to make on the applications. That's how they make the applications. They can send a backdoor, create a backdoor on the system, whereby the attacker can anytime come in remotely and they have access to that system and do whatever they want to do with that system. So if you look at the first one, I say the first thing, always notify me, always. See, that's the first one now. So you can control it to any level. See, 4 levels. See, you can control it. Now the first one say, always notify me. Say, application try to install software. Application try to install software or make changes to my computer. You see, notify me. So that means each time an application try to install a software or there's going to be a change to your computer, you will be notified. So that is it. Before anything, you just be notified. So it's you that will not grant the access. All right. The next one now is the next one. See, the next say, notify me only when application try to make changes to my computer. Only when. In other words, you can install an application, all right? But if the application does not make changes to your computer, it's okay. That's what that one says. Now let's look at the third one. Now it tells you, notify me only when application try to make changes to my computer that do not dim my desktop. Notify me only when application try to make changes to my computer, but do not dim my desktop. See, say don't notify me when I make changes to Windows settings. So this one now, when you change your Windows settings, you should not be notified. So they are trying to show Windows settings, maybe your date and time. Those are Windows settings, date and time, calendar. Those are Windows settings things. All right. So they don't need to notify you. But if an application is trying to make changes, maybe a software that you install, a program, whatever that was installed, you have to be notified. The last one is if you leave it here, your application is not secure. All right? Your application is not secure. So that means your system is not secure, which means at any time, anything can happen to yourself without you knowing. Someone can install program, you can download anything, you without you know it, you just go. Application try to install software or make changes to your computer, never notify me. That is this one. They will not notify you. They can mention your Windows settings, no notification. So this is the user. The user account control settings. All right. Okay. So again, I'm going to take it back to where it is. Right. The first one. So I'm done. Right. You just cancel. So okay. So I'm done. Yes, I'm done with it. So right. Okay. So that is it. Right. So here we have privacy set. So privacy set is all about who, how, what are the services or what are the service applications that you want to allow to run on your system. So called private service. So we can also access it through settings. Let's go back to settings again. Settings, these settings, system settings. Then we can see it there. See, yes, it's privacy settings. See, so here now you can control what you want, like the privacy you want. What you want to be private, you can control your system. So you can go through them. Like I told you, so you can look at your system. So many of them, cameras, so many things. See, so many things there you can be able to control. Create privacy for yourself, and you don't want to allow access to application, so you can be able to look at other things later, right? So many of them. So that's the privacy settings. Okay. So So desktop settings too. So the same way your desktop settings, your date and your time, you can use your team, your desktop, all those things. You can your start menu, your task bar. You can also control settings too. You can control your date and time. You can control all those things, right? So if you are wondering, how do I control data time? How do I do all these things? It's the same way too. Go to settings. You're going to get them too. So you go to settings. I'll show you different ways to access that. So you go to settings. You can see this time and language. See time and language. Yeah. See date and time. See you can set up to your region. All those things. Even your keyboard, your language. What language? You're going to set everything here. All right. So that is the same way we do that too. Then we move now. Ease of access. So here now is about your mouse. So magnifier, like see if you want your mouse to be bigger, your pointer to be bigger, you can do that through this place. This So you can go to settings and be able to work on how you want your mouse to be, the level of speech and stuff like that, right? Okay. So if you're wondering, the same way, you go to settings too. So you see them here: speech, keyboard, mouse. Click on the keyboard. So for here you can control narrator, magnifier, how you want the mouse to look. Maybe you want the mouse to be bigger, how you want the pointer to look like. The same way, right? So the same way, you go to settings and go down. You're going to see all these things there. Okay. So and that's what we also have here is called the File Explorer. So File Explorer is actually how we access our file. You can see if you want to access your file, it's through File Explorer. So your program, not your file, your hard drive, your folders. So we'll go through File Explorer. Right? So normally for the way to access a file, show our root folder. So through our root drive rather. So the way we access our file through our root drive. So we have the C drive, which is the root drive. See, like C drive. Why is it the root drive? Because it's the root drive because that's where our operating system is installed. So we call it the root drive. So under the C drive, we have users. So all user account that you created, the other users. Then we also have program files. So program files are every application you installed, they are stored in these program files. They also have Windows. Windows is what your operating system you install. They have a special folder where all the components of Windows are. So the driver, everything, every component of Windows is under this place. So these are the 3 parent folder on our C drive. So remember, this is the user account. User account is stored separately. Every application is stored under program files. Then what's so these are the 3 files that you can see on your C drive. We call the system files, right? Okay. So now, so let's move on. Of course, user account, OneDrive account. So we can access OneDrive account all this place. OneDrive account is what? That is Microsoft Cloud. Right? So this PC network recycle bin. So this one now, how do I access File Explorer? So take a look now. This is File Explorer. This folder is file. Click on it once. See, just click on it. So here we go. Let me cancel this. So this is File Explorer, right? So what you see here, this is this PC. So this PC is going to show you all the drives that are there. So right now I just have one drive. So that is this PC, right? So click on it again. See? So I have one drive there. So this is my root drive. Just one drive I have. These are all folders installed, right? So if I go on, this is desktop, documents, pictures, and on and on. So this is the user I was telling about. User, see, this is user. So here then I can have all the user I created are here. User you created is going to be here. User account. So here I have a SAM user account. I have Windows user account. All these are some default account, right? So these are the 2 accounts I have. So this SAM, this SAM is also use the user account. This SAM, the user account to see it now, that is there. So on and on. So this is my main account I'm working on right now, Windows 11 account that I'm using. So that is just it. Right? Okay. So network, so you want to access network, this is what we access network. You want to access a network, this is what we come and access now. So if your computer is part of a network domain, so you want to access maybe a system, a computer in the account department, just open the network, then you're going to see all the computers there. Then you can look for what the particular computer you want to access, open it. Okay. So, okay. Now, let's look at File Explorer options. All right. So most of the times, this how we go to work on our file, our folders, and the rest. So it also has its own settings too. How you can control the folder, you can manage folder, it has its own settings. Most system engineers, they don't know about it, all these ones, where I'm going to show you now how to access the folder, index it, manage it. I'm going to show you now, all right? So let's go back to File Explorer again now, right? So we want to look at File Explorer option. So this is we now, right? So we are in File Explorer now. Good. So let's look at the File Explorer option. So if you come to this place, you take a look now. See more, click on it, look at it, options, right? See, options, click on the options. See here, this is it now. What we are seeing here, right? This is so this is what we see here now. What you see here now, yeah, so this, so that what we are seeing here now, all right? So let's take a look. So now let's take a look at this one. See, browse folder. See, this home folder. Open file to Explorer, home. Then come here, say browse folder. Open each folder in the same window. What it means is that if you create a folder, right? So like this is a folder now. This is a folder, credentials. You are saying that you want, let me close this on back, remember. If I create this folder now, right? The same window, it's going to open in the same window. So of creating and open another window, the same window. If I come to this place, you go to the same window. That's what it's saying. That's what that one is saying. So you can come. If I come here and say open each folder in its own window. Take a look now. I'm going to say, okay, take a look now. Another window. See, you're going to create another window. You see it now? So you're going to create two separate windows for me. So take a look. See, this is one window, this is another window. So it's going to open another window for you. All right? So let's go back again. So you can explore it, So I'm going to go back to the first option, right? Good. So I'll go back to there. All right? Now, this one is have to click on those folders. Click items as follows. Single click to open an item. So usually when you open an item, what do? You double click twice. See, if I click once, let me close this one now. If I come here and click once, it's not going to open. But if I click twice, it's going to open. It will open. All right? But with the folder option, you can decide, okay, one click is okay. Option, I can say, okay, one click, single click. See? If I do single click, which means one click, I click now, just open. But I don't want to do that. Right? You can try it, you can explore it. I don't want to do that. Right? Okay. So the rest is what? Privacy on the folder to show recently used files. What is that privacy? We show them. If you don't want them, you can check out this board. Show frequently used folders. Like let's see now. Take a look now. See? Let's go to this place now. Go to home. See, this is the home folder, right? What do you see? These are recently files that are being used. See? All these ones that are being used. So if you don't want to see them, this is where you control it. You come here and control. See? You come here and control it. This place, privacy. Uncheck it. It's going to go. Right? So let's take a look at this thing. Now, see, I want to advise you just after this session, take time, explore what I'm saying. Just go through all these things, right? We don't have time to start explaining each of them. But let me just show you something that is very important. Now, hidden files and folders. So there are a lot of times some files are just there that you cannot see. That are hidden, you cannot see them. Right? One way to do that is to come here and say show hidden files and folders and drivers. If you don't want to see hidden files, say don't show hidden files and folders, come here. But leave it there so I can also see every file that is hidden. Right? Okay, so there we go. We can move on now to the next slide. Okay, so that is all for that lesson. So we are now in 10B now, right? So what we did earlier was what? Configuring user settings. So let's see the system settings now, 10B. Right? So system settings 10B. Okay. So system settings now is all about, like look at what system settings, user now. Your power button, your power, your laptop charge. If you're using the laptop, for instance, right? So the laptop has charger, battery charger. How do you control them? Your sound of your system, notification, display. How do you control them? So I'm going to show you all these things, right? So let's just go on. I will just show you. So take a look. Display, sound, notification, all those in power, storage. I'm going to show you all of them, right? Not all. The ones I can show you, right? So yeah, we also have systems updating. How do I update the system? How do perform Windows activation, Windows security? I'm going to show you all. Once I will show you all these things, but let's just move on. All right? Device settings too. So I will show you about the device settings, like your devices, your Bluetooth, how to access Bluetooth, device manager, the hardware that install your system, called device manager, all those things, how to access printer. I want to show you too, right? Good. So I'm going to show you all these ones, right? Display and sound settings. I'm going to show you all in one, window. I'm going to show you everything and be explaining the one after the other, right? So those are about what display settings, scaling, color, calibration, multiple display, resolution, sound settings, all these things. I'm going to show you all these things, right? How you can test the sound, see? So most of the time you can test if your sound is not working. You can come to the settings and test it from here. So if it's working here, which means the problem is not actually the system, which means it's just a malfunction of your, maybe the sound of your device are using, right? This which means it could be the speaker, maybe an external speaker you're using, or maybe it's a Windows software thing that's causing it. So you're going to find that. So this is where we can do hibernation, power options. I'm going to show you all these ones too. All these I'm going to show you, right? Okay. So finally, okay, not finally. So I'm going to show you, okay, I think I show you those ones now. Let's go before we continue here, right? So let me go back and show you all those settings. So let's go back to system settings so I can show you how to do all those things you said. So let's go to system, right? So we can go to settings here. We can do it this way. We can do it here and look at the settings. So we get it here. So settings, right? Let's go back to this place. So how do I access here? So take a look. On your start menu, you see, right click on this start icon. Yes, right click on it. Then you're going to see settings. Click on settings. Here we go. Okay, good. So let's start with the Bluetooth. So if you go to systems now, look at systems now. So here now you can see display, sound, see notifications. These are where you can control your power battery. How you can change to sleep. This is the way you control all those ones. See that I'm doing see now. See, this is my power battery right now, right? So right now my power battery is 100%, right? Which is also showing on my system 100%, right? See, power percentage is showing 100%. If I disable it now, it's gone. So I want to always show, so I'll come on, put it there. So power saving, which means each time my laptop is working and it gets 30%, if you just go off, not go off, just go to save mode, start saving energy for me, right? So this is to screen sleep, hibernate. Good. So you want to do your hibernate your screen after 4 hours yet. If you're not working after 4 hours, what happens? If it's plugged in to power, you just go off. Power mode, best performance. If you want the system to work on. So if your battery want the best performance, plug in means power supply. So all those are the settings that we just explained, right? So you can go to let's look at very important topic now. All these are Bluetooth. These are Bluetooth devices too. So right now you can see these are Bluetooth devices that are being paired with this computer. So you have to on it so you can discover that Bluetooth device, right? So these are Bluetooth devices. You can connect Bluetooth device. So in our previous slide we explained how to connect to Bluetooth. So you on the Bluetooth, then you're going to pair. So once you pair, you're going to say view more devices or scan for devices, right? Then it's going to start looking for more devices to scan, right? So like I see add now, like let's take a look now. Look at the add devices now. Then you see Bluetooth, right? You see you're looking for, see this is a Bluetooth now. It's looking at all available Bluetooth devices, looking at them. So if this one I want to use this Bluetooth, I'll just come here, I'll click on it. Then it's trying to connect. See what do you see now? This is a number. So this number now, say press connect if the pin on this array. So this number must put it on what? That array's phone. So if I can put there, I cannot connect, which means, you understand? If I put this number there on array's phone, I cannot connect to array's phone, then we cannot have what? The Bluetooth connection. So but right now, it's not possible because why? This number is not array, so it's not going to work. So these are to connect Bluetooth devices. So by the time you connect them, which means you pair them together, then you can be able to, maybe want to listen to radio, music, copy files, you can transfer files, and on like that. Okay, so this is for printers too, mobile devices, cameras. You can explore all of them, on and on and on. But let's go to this one, Windows updates, very important. Windows updates. So Windows updates is very important, right? Now, one way to make your system robust, one of the ways to make your system look robust, right? To be able to stand against malware, phishing attack, just name them, right? Spyware, just name all those kind of attack that you get online, right? One way to keep the system robust against them is always ensure you always do Windows updates. It's the way to protect them from malicious program. Now, let me tell you about the Windows. Windows has so many components. So many components attached to them. For instance, the mouse itself is a hardware. There's a company about the mouse on Windows that make the mouse work. The OS is the software you install. Every software you install is a component on Windows. The hardware is installed. Every application installed, they are components on Windows. So apart from that, Windows has the date and time. They're part of components on Windows too, right? The drivers, all these are various components on Windows. Now, now the Windows itself, right? It's possible that Microsoft can create a patch for one of those components. So why would they do that? Probably they saw vulnerability. They saw that this patch is not strong enough, right? So they know that it's not secure enough. Let's do what secure. It's not secure enough. So it can be, it can be attacked. So attacker can look at it and see weakness inside and see vulnerability inside. From there, they can be able to attack. So what Microsoft would do was to create what we call an update for that component. They call it patch. So they create a patch for that particular component. So that patch at times, you now want to release it. Microsoft will now release on their website. So when they release on the website, they will not give it a name. All right? So that come like you see, these are kind of name now update. See, they give the name and the code. So if you don't update your system, if you don't update that update I just mentioned, you don't update the system. That means that very component is still vulnerable. So the day an attacker managed to find out that your system, maybe they release the software online, the vulnerability software online, one kind of malicious code they release online, and you go to one website and you just click on it. As you just click on it, the moment you just click on it and your system, it just gets hold of your system, instantly it has entered that open weak software. It has entered it from there, cannot penetrate your system. So this is how attackers, hackers, and they get into people's system. They get to the system through that small open door. That weakness is entered there. From there, they begin to, the attacker begin to find more weaknesses and see how I can be able to gain more entrance into your system. So that's why Windows Update is very important. Always update your system so that you don't leave weakness in door on your system. So that there's no vulnerability in your system. Always update it. Windows Update is very important, right? Always update your system. Also for what? For malware too. Malware, all those malware too. These are viruses. Always update your system, because if there's a malware out there and Microsoft releases an update and you don't do that, the malware will just get to your Windows and corrupt your Windows. So what happens is you're working on Windows, and meanwhile, somebody also working on Windows who, without you knowing, they see what you're doing, and at any time they can steal your files, steal your programs. They just create a backdoor. So anytime you're doing whatever you're doing, they are seeing what you're doing. They can even just do like a spyware, spy what you're doing and everything. So when they spy what you're doing, from there, they have total control of the system. So Windows Update is very important, all right? So how do? You can always go to the Windows Update and check for update, all right? So you always check for update and keep your system up to date. It's very important, all right? Now, apart from that, it makes your operating system very thick and strong and be able to withstand, whatever form of attack and vulnerabilities that is out there. So it makes it difficult for someone to penetrate the system because the system is up to date. So always update your OS. It's very important, right? So finally, we'll talk about this one now. Yeah, I'll talk about. I'm trying to talk about something. Good. I think system. Yes. So I'm talking about something now. Is that about okay? The system now it gives you system information about the system. Like see, if I go to home, let's go to home now. See home now, right? So you go to home now. It tells you information about this computer system, right? So this is the name of this system, Sambemi. Just the home name. So which you can retain. So it can tell you about the updates here, Windows updates. This is network that is being used in Windows updates. Last check 4 hours ago. So automatically it will check for update by itself. So on and on. This is just like a summary of the system that just summarize the system for you. So let's go to the system itself so we can get more information. Now, in this place is display. This is where you can control brightness. Please explore it on your system. Explore them. Monitors, brightness, night light. You can explore this thing. The sound too. Notifications, focus, power. We'll talk about this ones. I'm going somewhere. When somewhere activation, thank you. So how do you know if your system is activated? This is how you know. So at times you might wonder, is this OS am I using, is it original? An original OS has to be activated. So if you're putting system, you buy a laptop or whatever, or maybe someone install OS for you and they tell you that it's your original OS. How do you know? Through activation. Go and confirm with Microsoft by doing activation. See? So you can see now, activation state, activation is activated. See? Windows activated with digital license linked to your Microsoft. So this system is activated, correct. So which is the genuine one because activated by Windows. It's not a pirated one, so it's activated, which is good. So that's one way you can know which your Windows is activated, right? Now, assuming it's not activated, right, you can change the product key. So the product key is a way to, authenticate that the OS is genuine. So that means you can just buy online, can buy Microsoft product key for Windows 11. Just buy it. There is a key number. Come here and say yes. You want to change product key. Just what you're going to have to see. You're going to type the product key. As soon as you type, you see next. So this has to do that. You just type the product key here next. So long as you have internet, it's going to connect to what Microsoft website. Then it's going to be activated. All right. Excellent. So that is all about this. So let's come back to this place. So we are coming to the end of this lesson 10. So here we have Windows feature, store apps, desktop app, Windows software for Linux. Some of you are wondering what is Linux, right? Your first time, you've not heard about Linux before. Now, Linux is also one application system too, one operating system too, like Microsoft, but it's not owned by Microsoft. It's owned by it's an open OS. It's free for everybody to use. It's free. It's a more secure OS. Like for you, you're going to be a cybersecurity professional. You want to be into cybersecurity. You must know how to use Linux. Because most of the things we do in cybersecurity, we do it from Linux. Most of the stuff we do from Linux. Back end, most of the applications you see, back end, they are being hosted by Linux. So Linux is open. It's a open source application. You can go and download it and install. There are different. It has so many distributions, so many models of Linux, so many. There are a lot of them. All right. So with time, you're going to know the one you need for purpose. For each, you're going to know the one you need for specific purpose you want to do. All right. Okay. So this is Linux, Windows software for Linux. Now, what does it mean? It means that usually, like I said, Linux is a different OS. It's not Microsoft OS. That means Linux is not compatible with Microsoft. All right. So that means if you want to work on Linux, you have to have a Linux operating system. So that's how you can have a Linux operating system, right? For instance, now, if I want to do some technical work, some lab work, I want to do it with Linux. Because as a cybersecurity professional who I am, I want to do it with Linux. I want to do it with Linux, right? So what that means is that I have to install Linux operating system. I have to install it so I can be able to do what I want to do, right? Linux operating system doesn't work with Microsoft, all right? So if I want a Linux environment in Microsoft, which means I have to install Windows subsystem for Linux. I have to install this thing. So you can go online, download it, and install it. It's a Windows. Apart from that, it's a Windows component too. Windows feature. Let me just show you. Let me just show you some few things now. So we can look for it and see how we can install it. Right? Let's see. We can install this component. So part of Windows component that is not enabled. It's a feature of Windows. So when you install it, which means what? You can have a separate environment on Windows where you can be able to create Windows Linux environment. So let's see. So here we have desktop apps, store apps. Microsoft has its own app store where you can be able to install programs, right? So we're going to look at all this. Let's look at store. So you can see Windows Store now. This is Windows Store. I'm sorry, I think Microsoft Store, not Windows. So once you want to install, I can go to Microsoft Store, right? So you can see Microsoft Store, Microsoft. Okay, here we go. So here you can, if you go open Microsoft Store, you can install, you can connect to Microsoft. Here you can so many apps. So you can so many apps exploit. We don't have time for all this. Just exploit, right? So you go to apps here. So many apps that are not even aware of. They're all your games, so Netflix, so many apps. Just like even Spotify, so many apps are here. iTunes, so many Microsoft Teams, so many applications. Just like like you have a phone and using Android, right? So you have to have what? Play Store. You have to have Play Store for you to App Store rather for you to install apps. If you are using iPhone, you have to have what? Apple Store. All these are the same way here, so you can install application. You see so many things. So see, WhatsApp, so many things. So that is about Microsoft Store. Some of you are already aware of this, right? Now let's go to Windows features, right? So how do I go to Windows feature? I'll go to Control Panel now. Take a look what I'm doing. So let's see how I can create some components on Windows, right? So here I'm in Microsoft now. I'm in Control Panel. I'm going to look for what? Let's come to Programs. All right, let's go to Programs, right? So we'll be able to see the feature. Let's go to Programs now. Good. We're in Programs, right? So what do you see? Turn Windows feature on and off. So this is where you can see so many Windows features that are there. So many things you can do that. So many things. Like some of the things that we system engineers do, right? Some much we do it from we do them from Windows features. So there's so many things on Windows that most of us don't are aware about. So many things. For instance, let me open it now. I'm going to say yes. So see so many things. .NET framework. All these are .NET. So .NET framework is for developers. So there's certain application you want to install on your system that will need .NET. Like if you want to make system a web application, you have to install .NET. All right. So see Active Directory, lightweight directory services. See. So all these things, like we explained about Active Directory, we say Active Directory is where that domain that will stores, that directory are stored, information are stored, files are stored, map. It's just about the map of the network. Everything about the network that are there. DNS is everything that are there. All right. Okay. So container server, so many things are here. Hyper-V. So Hyper-V is virtualization. All right. So it's an hyperverse for Microsoft. If you've not watched our lesson 7, please go and look at lesson 7. We talk about virtualization and clouds and cloud computing. Go back to go to lesson 7 and go and listen to either lesson 7 or lesson 6. I'm not so sure, but we know we've explained about Hyper-V. So Hyper-V is an hypervisor, right? That we used to create for virtualization, which is virtual machine. You can have virtual environment, and you can do that in Hyper-V. So already enabled in this system here. So many things. So you can see many things I could see here. Many things. This way you can also see DNS. So many things are here. So many components. Print server. When we talk about SMB, server message block, you can also make the other things here. So many things that you see. See, look at it. SMB. So many things are actually here. Like we don't know. So many things. Many things. That. Virtual machine platform, Windows hypervisor platform. So many things are here, right? So many things are here. Windows sandbox. So sandbox environment, like you're having a virtual environment whereby you want to have your own set of network where people can work. So that is sandbox. We should also explain that earlier too. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Look at this. This is what I was telling you earlier. Windows subsystem for Linux. See, it's already here. So if I come here and say okay. Right, which means I want to have a Linux environment inside Microsoft. That's what it means, right? But I don't need it, right? Okay, so that is it. So I'm sure you've had a good lesson. You've had a good lesson 10. So I'm sure you have a very good lesson 10. You've enjoyed your lesson. So all this we explain on this on how to uninstall programs. I'm going to show you right now again. So how to uninstall programs, networking settings. I'm going to show you now. Defender, I'm going to show you VPN and the rest. I'm going to show you all these ones now. Administrative tools, I'm going to show you now. So, okay, management console, I'm going to show you all these ones now. Okay, good. So then we'll come to the end. Okay, so let's see how to access all these ones now. How to uninstall programs. So to install program, we can go to control panel again. This is control panel, right? Let's go back to control panel. Yes, see, come on, this is control panel, right? Uninstall program. So here now, see. So all these are installed programs. So whichever one I don't want, I will just look at them, look at all of them. If I don't want anyone, I'll just take it out. But so if I don't want anyone, but interestingly, I want all of them are there. So if I don't see anyone, if I see anyone I don't like, I'll just take it out. But of course, I like all the programs that are there. I put it there. So right now, no one I can take out because I like all. So I'm using all of them. I can't take any out, right? I thought I would have one I could just take out. There's no one I could take out. No one. So by which program you don't want here, you just come here on install to just go. All right, so let's go back now. So the next thing now is network, how to access network. So this is networking now, network and internet. This is how you can access network. So come here, say, view network status and tasks. Open it. See, excellent. So what do you see now? Now all the available network that are on, you see. So I have a VPN connection now. See, this is VPN connection, all right? This is my local area network. See, local area network. Open it. Excellent. See, this is my local area network now. IP version 4. I told about IP version 4, right? IP version 6. No network access. So you know it's not connected to any LAN. I'm using wireless. That's like send, receive, nothing. I'm using a wireless network. But the speed of this network, of the network interface card is 1 GB per second, very fast one. So this is how to access my LAN, right? Okay. So let's come to this. This is what I'm using. This is my internet, public internet. So this is what I'm using right now, my wireless network, right? So I can open it now. That is it, Wi-Fi. Open it. Take a look now. What do you see? I can send and receive, which means it's working. All right. So see, IP version 4. Yes, there's internet. Media type, but SSID. I talked about SSID. That is the name of the network. Wireless network is there. The duration, the speed, everything is going on well. All right. So this is how to. Now, like I said, if you stay with us, in our upcoming videos and in our videos after CompTIA Plus, I'm going to talk about networking, how to do networking, IP addresses. Practically, I'm going to show you how to network computers together. They can communicate, how to ping. I'm going to show you all those ones, right? Okay. So, what else again? Then next thing I'm going to talk about now, okay, here again, see, change adapter settings. Let's go to that place and see. So good. So here now, you can see all the network adapters you have, all the network you have, you can see all for here. So when you're doing networking at times, you have to identify the right network card, the right network, so you can put IP addresses. All right, see, we have so many ones. These are virtual, this is a virtual network. Default to virtual, look at the Hyper-V. These are virtual network. All these are virtual networks. See, these two, they are virtual network. This is a VPN. This is my real network, my real LAN card, but it's not working because what? There's no cable on it. I'm using a wireless network. This is what I'm using. This is Bluetooth that is not connected. All right. So these are what I have on my system. These are the various network I have on my computer system. So if, for instance, now I'm going to open network, this is my real network, right? This is where I can be able to configure the system to be part of a domain and the rest. So I have to put an IP address. So I'm going to open it now. See, take a look and see what we're going to see now. Yeah, see, this is where you start config. This is where your networking begins from. So you can come there and look for TCP/IP. This is TCP/IP version 4. Open it, see properties. Yeah, see. Now, when I told about static IP address and dynamic IP addressing, these are those I mean. So what this here means obtain an IP address automatically. Obtain an IP address automatically. This is a dynamic IP address assigning, which means what? This computer will look for a DHCP server and go to release the IP address from there, get an IP address from there. So this is dynamic for access to IP address. But the static one is one you're going to put by yourself. See, you're going to type it by yourself. Type it, default gate to all these ones by yourself. Okay, so then the last but not the least is what we call MMC, Microsoft Management Console. So that is the last thing, the last one here. This one, these administrative tools. So MMC, I've talked about these ones. Oh, wow, very important. I need to talk about Windows Defender, firewalls, Wi-Fi, all these ones were. So let's look at VPN connection. Let's look at these things, VPN connection. Let's look at them. So let's go to settings again now, right? So, okay. So let's look at network. So go to network now. So here you can, these are, we talked about putting server before, right? Okay, advanced settings, this is all I want. Okay, VPN, so this is VPN now. So what is VPN? A VPN connection enables to connect to a remote network and on secure network remotely, you understand? Whereby VPN connection enables to connect to over the internet and a secure channel to a secure network. So that is VPN. So to connect a remote network now, I can use a VPN. If, for instance, now I want to connect to my office network, right, that is far away from me, I can use a VPN connection to connect it. So that means that if VPN connection, they are always secured. So the information through VPN connection, they're encrypted. So every time you make a VPN connection, just know that you are doing a secure connection, because what every connection you're making, they are secured and they're encrypted. So even if you are working on a cyber cafe that is not secured, and use a VPN connection, by tuning protocol, those processes will now be encrypted. So that work VPN. So this is how you create a VPN. Just add the VPN connection. Go add it. Name of the connection name. All right. The server. So this one is the destination. That server you are going to. That's what you put there. So the server name or IP address, put it here. What type of VPN are you doing? See. So yeah, these are form of VPN connection you do. So you must look at these are secure with certificates, pre-share. These are one with key. This is just a secure term. So for now, these things look so strange to you, right? Because they are more like more technical things to you. But with time, you're going to understand them, right? But whichever way, this one means if you are doing this, means you are doing with the certificate, right? You will not understand what certificate means. Certificate is just a way to authenticate computers, just like you are approving this computer digitally online. That's what certificate means. Right, so IPsec is a tunnel protocol for making VPN connection. That is IPsec. We call it Internet Protocol Secure. So pre-share key means after the connection there have to be a password. That's what pre-share. It will be a key that you can use to connect, which is like a password. All right, okay. So point-to-point tunnel protocol. This one is not very secure like this one. It's actually obsolete because it's not very secure. People can actually, they can actually see the password online. So an attacker can sniff it and see the password there. So they can hack it. So it's not so secure. So now you see here now you put your user's name. By the time you put the connection type, you put the user's name. You put your user's name to sign to the network and the password. Put it there, then put password, then you're okay. So that's how to make a VPN connection, right? Okay. So we are good to go. Okay. So is there nothing I need to tell you again? Let me see. Let me go back again and see VPN connection. After we have VPN, Windows firewall. So firewall, we all know what firewall is, right? So firewall is a way to make our system secure against unwanted intruder. Probably you don't want someone to enter your system. You can do firewall, right? So let's take a look. Windows firewall. Let's go. Let's just type Windows firewall. See, we open it set and say Windows firewall, right? So look at the Windows Defender. Open it firewall. So right now my system is well secured. See, nobody can come to my network. Private network is secured. See, look at it. Turn Windows Defender firewall on and off. Open it now. See, take a look. See, this is there to turn them off. Turn on Windows Defender on. It's on. See, it's on. Notify me when Windows File Defender blocks a new app. Right? See, it's on block all incoming connection, including those in list of allowed applications. So this on. So here now I see these are the. If I want to turn it off, I just going to turn it off. Turn it off. So means I've turned on the firewall, so anybody can come into my network. So let me tell you one thing about firewall. Now, once firewall are set on, this firewall is on. Nobody can connect to your system. You cannot connect to anybody's system. Nobody can connect to your system because firewall will be blocking every intruder from coming. So you can only do firewall. You can only set the firewall like this. So when you know that this system is for you only, just to browse. You're not going to any network. Nobody's coming to your network. Now, but if you want to create, that means that if you're trying to join a network, right? Most time you cannot join because what your firewall is on. So when you're doing networking and you're trying to test connectivity, you will get a request timer because firewall is on. So what do? You go back to the system and off the firewall. As soon as you off the firewall, then you cannot put the IP address. Then you can be able to connect from your system to another system. So firewall typically prevents unwanted access to your system. That's what firewall does. So, but a firewall you can create. So later, once you advance in cybersecurity, you can say we can create exceptional rules. So apparently, you can turn on firewall, you turn it on, then you can say, okay, you want this. You can allow IP address that will come. So you want certain IP addresses only to access your computer, you can create a firewall that will allow those addresses to access your computer, while the rest will be blocked. So you can create firewalls like that. So that is that. So I can keep my system on back, right? My firewall, I've kept it on back. So my firewall, they are on back, right? So, okay. So my firewall is on now, right? So nobody can access my system. It's very secured, right? So don't worry, hackers can see hacking, they want to hack in. So hackers has levels. So there's a lot of things we can still do to prevent, so there are level of hacker who can still, even if they firewall, there are things they can do, they can still break the firewall and they can come in. But again, I mean, those have to be a very advanced hacker, right? It's okay. So finally, I'm going to tell you about the lot of things here I need to show you. Wow, so many things. I'm seeing them now. So many things. Wow. So let's go to what we call administrative tools. So look at administrative tools, right? So administrative tools is the tool that administrators use to work on the system. This is strictly administrator now, but there are tools they use to work to simplify their work. All right. So we can get that in control panel. Let's go to control panel again. So control panel, let's see admin tools. So as a network administrator or some administrator, you should be familiar with administrative tools. If it's not here, if you cannot find them here, let's go to security and system. Let's see if we can see them here. Okay, we can see it here, right? Okay, that is fine. So many things are here, right? So in our subject class, I'm going to explain some of all these things. I'm going to explain some of all these things in our subject class. So many things are here. So we're going to explain most of all these things in our next class, right? But let's see if I can get the admin to this firewall, just left firewall now. System. Well, if you cannot get it here, I will show you another way we can get it, right? I will show you another way we can get it. If we cannot get it, what I want to show you here, there's another way we can get it, right? So let me just show you a shortcut to get it. Now, there's what we call MMC. It's called Microsoft Management Console. So we're going to create a shortcut for administrative tools. All right? Let me show you now. Go to Run. Press the Start button on your keyboard, right? And arrow combination. Type MMC here, MMC on Run now. Type it. Okay. It's called Microsoft Management Console. Open it. So you see? So here now, I'm trying to create my administrative tools now. Yeah, so now, see? So take a look now. Here, all right? There's nothing. I'm going to say File, right? I'm going to say Add Snapping. So see? All these are all administrative tools. See, all these ones, all these things, see, they're all administrative tools that we used to work. Tax managers, services, security, print manager, all these things, see? Local user, all those things you see, look at the local user and local user we did all the time. So there's so many things are here, so many device management, so many things are here, right? Okay, so don't worry, in our subject class, I'm going to explain more. We're going to talk about things again. We're going to see it again. I'm going to talk about more about them, right? So this is just to introduce you to Microsoft tools. So we're going to spend more time and talk about them again in our subsequent class. So I'm going to see you in our next lesson. That obviously is going to be lesson, that should be lesson 11. So that is the end of lesson 10. So I'll see you in lesson 11. So take care. If you don't subscribe, please kindly subscribe to our channel. So I'll see you in lesson 11. Bye.